All right, what's going on, fam? It's your man VACAY-J. And again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. And we're going to do something different this time in a different way, right? So, of course, as you see, All American, we're going to do the episode 6 review and recap. And of course, if you'd like to subscribe, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Absolutely like and comment below as I go through this recap and review. And I thought this definitely was a kind of fun episode to watch. You know, they've been going through a whole lot and it's almost that time to graduate. So the title of this is Show Me a Good Time. It says everyone's excited for senior skip day and Spencer plans a romantic getaway at the cabin with him and Olivia, but the gang shows up and nothing pretty much goes down. So, yeah, skip day, guys. You guys remember skip day? I remember skip day. Senior year, skip day, like, man. Everybody knew what was going on. You know, parents knew what was going on. The school knew what was going on. And, yeah, it was time to just hang out. Like, really hang out with, you know, your good buddies, your friends from way back. You know, as I reminisce, yeah, it was really a good time back then. And because, like I said, the parents knew, you know, right here, Spencer's mom, you know, she knew it was skip day too, because she had skip day herself back in her day, you know, in high school. So, of course, Spencer got something planned for Olivia. You know how he does. You know, they really got like 2 weeks left. Or not anymore, right? Because he's not going to Toledo State. So he has the whole school year left to really make things happen and just have a good time being a kid. You know, he had a lot of pressure with that Toledo State deal. You know, you got Coop here, right? Coop definitely, you know, I feel like this episode should be called communication because you see a lot of different communication going on, body language and everything. And Coop and, of course, Patience, they got a lot of tension going on, you know, because Coop pretty much is lying. So Preach won't go to jail. So she's going to claim self-defense, and Patience is not with that. I understand that. You know, you got a loved one. Eventually, that lie is going to catch up to you, right? It's going to catch up to you when you lie like that. So you got, of course, Grace and the principal, you know, of Crenshaw, right? And, you know, they got a little relationship going on they're trying to develop. And it seems like this is like communication and relationship episode, right? You know, Spencer, he definitely surprises Olivia. And I think she was expecting like a hotel or, you know, another resort type of place. You know, she wanted to go to the beach. You know, I can understand, hey, if you're going to surprise me and I'm in California, yeah, take me to, you know, a beach house or something. Or, you know, somewhere real nice so I can go swimming and everything else like that. But you could tell, look at her face. She's like, you know, did we pass a hotel along the way? Like she wasn't really feeling, you know, Spencer's plan to, you know, have fun at the cabin. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, they've been there before. Bad things have happened before. You remember Spencer's father, he passed away in that cabin. But at the same time, you know, they are getting another surprise. You know, surprise, Liv. Your brother's there with his wife. And it's like, yo, what is going on here? Like, again, this episode should have been called Communication in Relationships because there was no communication and there's a whole lot of surprises. Look at Liv's face. Like, she is like surprised. Like, what the heck is going on? This was supposed to be about being Spencer. Now my brother's here with his wife. And it's like, yeah, a lot of plans are being botched up. Spence, bro, like, but he didn't know, you know, he's trying to surprise her and he gets surprised as well. You know, it's really like, man, what is going on here? And now we back to school. We got, you know, Coach Baker, Grace, and the principal, and they're talking about, you know, a time capsule. I don't know. Have you guys had a time capsule? Did you do a time capsule back in the day? My class didn't do a time capsule. We didn't do none of that. I think that started like maybe in the 60s or the 50s or, you know, whatever, 70s or whatever, you know, but they did that time capsule thing. And while up at this cabin, more surprises. Again, it should be called communication because there's no communication going on here. And your boy JJ shows up with his van. And I mean, the look on Spencer and Liv's face is priceless because this was not in the plans. Again, things happened, right? Where it's not in the plans and it's unexpected. Right. So with all of that, now you got a whole crowd of people up in there, and Spencer's like talking to Coop and like, yo, Coop, why don't you come up? Right. But again, miscommunication. It should be called miscommunication, right? Miscommunication because Spencer invited Coop and Patience to come up just to hang out. And here comes Asher and Layla. Like, no communication at all. You invite one person, two people. Now you got five people. Like, what is really going on? But it's cool. Spencer knows that it's not going to be just him and Liv anymore, and that's his friends. This is his friends or whatever. And again, plans change. You got to adapt and shift, right? In life, things change, things happen. You got to adapt and shift, right? You can take lemons and make lemonade, but he's happy about it. He's pretty much okay with it for now, even though he just wanted to be Liv and him. And I would be a little pissed off about it, but these are my friends. I could see if it was people I didn't even know, and JJ, he shows up with the whole, bells and whistles, man. And, the dude he has a party bus. He's a party animal, but he got the party bus. That's that Beverly Hills stuff right there, right? He got that party bus, got the flat screen and the speakers, and I mean, I like it, man. I've been on a party bus before. If y'all been on a party bus, I've been on a party bus. When I go to Vegas, it's like that. It's a good time. And JJ doesn't just have the party bus, like he has the blow up castle, right? So, I mean, they're having fun. I mean, you got to make the best of situations. Sometimes it doesn't go as planned. So you got to make the best of it. You got to have fun with it. You got to change it up. You can't just soak in whatever's going on in your life. Like, you got to kind of do your best to make the best of it, especially if you have friends and family. That's what it's all about. It's learning how to maneuver through life. And sometimes plans change. Things don't happen the way you thought it was going to happen. So you do the best you can to absolutely make it work, right? Spencer, Liv, all their friends are there. It's their last year. They're about to go to college, different colleges, and cross different paths and go on different ways. The question is, how do you stay together with your people? How many people out there are still in communication with people from like kindergarten, middle school, high school? I only have a few that I'm in communication with. But you see here that these guys, they're talking about prom and how they're excited about prom. I remember my prom. Prom was really good for me. It was kind of last minute, like, hey, yeah, I'm going to prom. You want to go with me type of thing. And, the young lady that went with me, she was like, yeah, okay, I'll go. But definitely the tux was important. Definitely making sure you look fly, you look good. That was important, So, yeah, JJ, Layla, they're all just kind of kicking it and talking about their future and what they're going to do. And it's all fun and good. It's really all fun and good. Like I said, you got to make the best of it. Like, this episode, again, should be called Communication and How We Have a Good Time, even though miscommunication happens. Like right here, Spencer's talking to Coop and Patience, they're kind of on the rocks because Patience is really not feeling how Coop is lying about everything, and she doesn't want Coop to be in trouble again. And I'm not going to understand that. But Spence definitely always has good advice, right? Like, talk to your lady. Talk to your lady. Communication's always been your thing. So, keep that open line of communication, between you and Patience. Like, you really need to go talk and get it down, and now we back at the school, with Coach Baker and all of them. They're trying to find, their time capsule from their year. They found everybody else's time capsule, and they call in, Coach Baker's ex-girlfriend, and he's not really feeling it, but she has a treasure map to find this time capsule, which is kind of cool. They're going to find that and reminisce. And so this is like a moving forward reminisce and go back in the day type of episode where it's like, all right, wow, the older folks are trying to reminisce. The seniors, they're ready to move forward. Spencer and Liv definitely, it went time to themselves. It was cool. The whole day they had fun, but they want some time to themselves. I can understand that because the original plan was to, hey, make things happen. Jordan and his wife is he feels like when they go away to school, it's going to be different, but they just got to make it work. Like I said, you adapt, you shift to new things as new things happen in your life. It's a new chapter, and you make the best of it the best way you can. That's what it's all about, And as you go back and find out who you are based on where you came from or where you were, really, you got to stay solid with who you are, right? So these guys going back in the day and checking their time capsule after they found it, they're reading, what they would be when, in 30 years. What's going to happen in 30 years for you? Do you think about that? I thought about that, and everybody has to communicate. Like I said, this episode should have been called Communication in Relationships, because Liv is like, hey, relationships are tough. And it's true. Relationships are tough, especially if you're not communicating properly. And it's all about having that proper communication, delivering, exactly how you feel, keeping it real with yourself and being honest with yourself and with the people around you. You got to be honest. And, that's the only way things are really going to progress, right? I mean, yeah, I'm looking at this episode and it just makes me think of my relationships with my friends and everything. And it's really all about just that open communication and just being real with each other. A lot of lessons in this, but communication is definitely the key. In order for things to work out, people have to communicate properly and be open and real with themselves. So they went through that time capsule and everything. And even though Coach Baker wasn't feeling it, they invite, his ex out to dinner and everything else like that. But Spencer and Liv, they finally get away and they finally have their private time, It's cool. Again, you have to adapt to the situations, make the best of it, but eventually you have to go and do what you planned on doing. I can see that this crew right here, they're definitely going to do big things. The question is, will All American keep going? All American was really about like them in high school. Do I want it to keep going? Yeah, because, I like this show. If you like this show, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Absolutely like and comment below. But yeah, I like this show. I really do. I think it's a solid show. Some people may not like it. I like football, but I like how they maneuver through the different challenges, and that's exactly what they're talking about here. They're talking about what's going to happen in 30 years, what they're going to do, and everything else like that. So, I definitely enjoyed this episode. Again, this was called, Show Me a Good Time. But again, I feel like the communication side definitely needed to happen here. They did their best and they did it without saying, hey guys, like get out of here. Like if you and your significant other wanted to go up to a cabin just to spend some time, like what would you do? Would you tell them, hey, nah, you gotta go back home? Or would you say, hey, come on in, we'll find a place for you to sleep. We'll find, some things for you to get into, whatever. And JJ definitely came through, because if he didn't come through with that van, that party van, party bus, and that blow up castle, what would they be doing? Just twiddling their thumbs around the lake, throwing rocks into the into the lake. It looks like they had a good time and it worked out for the most part. So again, if you have any thoughts, your theories on this recap, and if you enjoyed it, definitely hit that like button. Absolutely subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe and definitely comment below. Let me know what you thought about this review and recap. And absolutely, I want to hear from you guys and definitely spread the word. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and share this with some friends who might enjoy All American, people who you think will enjoy this. Again, it was a good episode, fun episode. I had fun with it. Seeing these guys just try to, do the best that they can to adapt to the different changes. Again, that's life, right? That's life. So you know what it is. I appreciate you guys. Definitely stay tuned. I'm going to keep bringing this content to you. We can talk about it and we can absolutely continue to enjoy this great entertainment content. I'm going to bring you more. So there's more in store coming. All right. So you know what it is. It's your man, VACAY-J. I'm out. Salute.